Salut Ethan et bienvenue au corps pour aujourd'hui. Alors, right guys, we're carrying on with holidays today, which is module 5 out of 8 and a really nice module. We're building on what you've learned already in year 9 units of holidays, and we're going to test that today and just add a bit of extra skill and a bit more depth to get you up to the top levels of GCSEs. So last lesson we looked at questions and answers, talking about holidays and the present tense. Today what we're going to do is we're going to put 3 tenses together and revise the present, again, the past and the future. Now tenses matter for your GCSE year 10 because on your writing exam, one question will be in the past, one question will be in the future. For both big questions, that's 50% of your writing exam is testing you in these 2 tenses. Why? Because this really shows your mastery and how well you know the language. So you've got to know these tenses inside out, back to front. Do you? We're going to find out today. We'll test you and we'll give you some revision on it. Now, it's not just enough to know the different rules for the tense. Remember, this has to be a skill. You have to know it so well that in the exam, in the speaking exam, when I hit you with a question in the past tense, you're able to answer in the past and you automatically change all your verbs in the past. And that's where this gets tricky and stands out. So today, that's what we're revising. It is crucial for you today. Let's see what you can do. Alors mes petits, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. S'il vous plaît, copiez les lettres. Copiez le titre du genre, c'est énorme aujourd'hui. Copiez le titre et, s'il vous plaît, mettez-moi sur pause et essayez le contrôle de post-it. C'est un peu de révision du cours dernier et on a les 3 verbes ici, passé, présent, futur. Est-ce que vous connaissez les mots ici? Alors, mettez-moi sur pause, traduisez les phrases and sort out your books as well, guys. Copy our date and title. When you're ready, restart and I'll go through what we're doing today. Alors, on y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, let's see what you've got. Before I go through the control de post-it, remember what I said today. Look at our objective. We're using 3 tenses when talking about a holiday. We're going to do this today in reading and listening and just do some tests on these 3 tenses. It is down to you and your independence to show us what you can do. There's videos, there's ways for you to test yourself. If you don't get it today, you need to do that. Right guys, so that's what it's all about today. I like this lesson. Let's get started with our control de post-it. How well did you remember our question words? Where is U? For how long? You say for how many of time? Pour combien de temps? Love that. With who? Avec qui? Voilà. Right then. The next slide is what we're doing today. It's the verb aller in 3 tenses. Do you know it? You've got to. Every single one of you has to know this for GCSE. I went is je suis allé. It's a very irregular verb in the past tense. I go, a regular verb in the present. Je vais. So I'm going to go. You need je vais and then the infinitive. Je vais aller. If you got these 3, you've run the right lines, but we need to make sure you're perfect today. If you didn't, this lesson is going to be great for you. So guys, that's what we're going to do today. We're looking at the tenses, we're revising some key phrases, and that's what our first activity is about. Sheets on Frog, load it up and have a look. Je vais expliquer l'activité en français. On y va. Et voilà, ici vous avez la première activité et c'est passé, présent, futur avec les phrases clés. Mais je pensais que trouver la paire était trop facile. Donc, ce que j'ai fait, j'ai pris les lettres clés. Donc, activité 1, compléter la phrase pour moi. Donc, c'est l'année dernière, je suis allé. Après avoir complété la phrase, il faut trouver la paire entre le mot en français dans la boîte bleue et la phrase en anglais dans la boîte orange. Trouvez la paire entre les deux. Donc, vous avez 3 minutes à faire cette activité. Si tu finis tôt, il y a le défi additionnel ici. Essayez de traduire les phrases pour moi, s'il vous plaît. Aujourd'hui, je veux 6, 8 ou plus, c'est formidable. 11 ou plus, ce sera parfait pour moi. Alors, year 10, set yourself a timer on your phone for 3 minutes. Make it tight. See what you can really do. See if you can complete them. Once you're ready for the answers, recommencez la vidéo et je vais vous donner les réponses. Bon courage, 1, 2, 1. Allez mes petits. Alors mes petits, alright guys, if you're hearing me now, you're ready for our answers. How did you find this? I told you I wanted 6. Now every sentence today is in a different tense and it's a key phrase. I would have heard all 11 of these phrases doing speaking exams, so they are must knows. You've got to know these inside out, which is why I've taken the letters away to really test you. So on y va, let's see what you've got. Le premier disait l'année dernière je suis allé, which is what we did in the example. This is such an important phrase. You can use this for so many different versions of your speaking exam and your writing exam. Last year I went, last year I did. You've got to know this phrase here. And look at the spelling of l'année dernière. It's little things like this that make a big difference. L'année is feminine, hence the double A, so this has to be feminine here. L'année dernière. People spell it wrong all the time, and when I correct it, year 11s are like, yeah, does it matter? Of course it does. In your English exam, if you spelled Macbeth wrong, but you still wrote a cracking essay, would the examiner mark you down? Of course they would. Little things matter. Take pride in those little things because they make a big difference. Alors, that is the past tense. The next one, d'hab, je veux, c'est d'habitude, je vais. Ça, c'est usually I go to in the present tense. And you can see aller is an insanely nasty verb because it changes so much every single tense and every single way. So this is past tense. Last year I went. Numéro 2, c'est présent. D'habitude, je vais. If you do something, usually you use the present tense. So number 3 is the same in the future. L'année prochaine, je vais aller. Ça, c'est le futur. Ça, c'est d'accord avec J. Next year, I'm going to go. Can you see the way our verb changes? This is in the post-it as well. Je suis allé, je vais aller. You've got to be able to conjugate the verb in these 3 tenses at least. Alors, numéro 4. Now I've made it more difficult because we're using nous, so the patterns and the verbs change. Donc, numéro 4, c'est nous restons dans. So is that we stayed in, we stay in, or we're going to stay in? Look at what the verb's done. I've just changed the ending. It's present tense. Nous restons dans, c'est F, we stay in. Numéro 5, nous allons, c'est nous allons rester dans. D, we're going to stay in. See, it's the future. How do I know? Because I've got a bit that says going. This is my verb aller, conjugated. Je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. And then the infinitive. Nous allons rester, we are going to stay in. Look at the difference between the two. You've got to know this today. Alors, numéro 6. Je visite les monuments. C'est j'ai visité les monuments. I visited the monuments. You can see this is in the past tense. How do I know? I've got the have. I've got the E with the accent. So, let's change it for other people to get a higher mark at GCSE. Maintenant, on parle de ma sœur. Ma sœur vise, ça veut dire ma sœur va visiter le château CB. My sister is going to visit the castle. It's the future tense. We've got aller, conjugated. Je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. And then, we've got our infinitive. Simple. Alright. First 7 down. Je pense que 8, 9, 10 et 11 étaient plus difficiles. Numéro 8, ne al au bord de la, c'est nous allons aller au bord de la mer. We're going to go to the seaside. A beautiful phrase here. It's in the future tense, yeah? We're going to go. So we're going, conjugate aller in the present tense. Je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. So it's nous allons. And then the infinitive, nous allons aller, we're going to go. Nous allons regarder, we're going to watch. Nous allons manger, we're going to eat. Nous allons tuer, we're going to kill. Maybe, so that's what you need to do. Numéro 9. Alors, another irregular verb, c'est je suis resté dans un hôtel. Now, this one here is another motion verb. When you use verbs that are moving, you don't say je, you say je suis, and rester, which is staying still, is still a motion verb. Says I stayed in a hotel. 10 et 11 sont un peu plus différents. So, this next one, c'était is it was. C'est is it is. Ce sera is it will be. C'est ce sera incroyable. It will be incredible. A. And that leaves our last one. J'ai hâte les vies. So it starts with a j'ai, so we know it's in the past tense. It's j'ai adoré les vacances. I love the holidays, qui est d'accord avec c'est. Alors, bon effort. I said I wanted 6. If you've got 6 or more, you've done fantastically well. Let's have a look at our extra challenge. I'm going to love the holidays because it will be a chance to relax. So number 11 is I loved the holidays. You need to change this into the future, and it will be, this is it will be, a chance to relax. This is one of our key phrases, our key recyclable phrases. You should have, je vais adorer les vacances parce que ce sera une occasion de relaxer. Excellent effort if you got this. This is using a phrase or a term that we learned in module 2. We're up to module 5. You can see they're recyclable. The examiner loves these development phrases. Use them in all different contexts. Right, guys, so give yourself a mark out of how many you've done. 6 or more is a very strong score for this. Bon effort. Let's just put you to the test that little bit more on these tenses and these verbs. Alors mes petits, so you know some of the vocabulary. Let's test you on your tenses and see what you really know and if you can work it out. So this is testing your grammar, but also your context. Alors, je vais expliquer en français. Ici, dans la boîte bleue aujourd'hui, vous avez le début des phrases en français. D'habitude, pour les vacances, je. Ici, A, D, E, G, vous avez les réponses possibles. 1, 2, 3, 4, les choses en jaune sont d'accord avec les autres choses en jaune. Alors donc, d'habitude, pour les vacances, je. Penser, c'est quel temps? Passé, présent ou futur. C'est d'habitude qui veut dire usually, donc c'est au présent. Donc, d'habitude pour les vacances, je restons dans un camping à Normandie dans le Nord. C'est au présent, mais restons, non, ça c'est pour nu. D'habitude, pour les vacances, je suis allé en Espagne avec ma famille, de ma meilleure amie. Non, parce que je suis allé, c'est au passé. Ça veut dire I went en anglais. Mais ici, c'est d'habitude, usually. Donc, on cherche pour quelque chose au présent. Donc, ce n'est pas à. Attends. Ce n'est pas à et ce n'est pas des. Alors, numéro 1. D'habitude, pour les vacances, je allons aller au Portugal au bord de la mer? Non, parce que allons aller, c'est au futur. C'est d'habitude qui est présent et aussi c'est allons. Allons, c'est pour nu. Donc, c'est pas celui-ci. Donc, oh, c'est la sonne, isn't it? D'habitude, pour les vacances, je vais en France. J'y vais avec ma famille. Usually, for the holidays, I go to France. I go there with my family. Is that present tense? Yep. And then, is it the right one for je? Je vais? Oui. Et donc, la réponse ici, c'est j'ai. Voilà. Alors, trouvez la paire entre les deux. Puis, cherchez dans le texte pour le vocabulaire. Ici, mes petits. Si tu finis tôt, your extra challenge, you'll have to do this anyway to work out what goes with what. But I want you to tell me the tense. Is it past, present, or future? 1 to 7. Make sure you can work it out and think about it. Alors mes petits, sur les portables, je veux un minuteur pour 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3. 4 minutes pour faire cette activité. After your 4 minutes is up and your timer goes off, restart the video and I'll go for the answers. I'm after 6 today. That's in both tasks combined. Alors, bon courage mes petits. 3, 2, 1. Allez, on y va. Allez. Alors mes petits, so if you're listening to me now, your 4 minutes is over and you're ready for our answers. We did the first one together and I explained my thinking. I had to work out what tense it was in and then I looked at the pronouns. The pronoun means like person, like je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, ils, elles. Those are all our pronouns. It was je, so it had to match to a je one and that gave me G. Hopefully you followed the same rules for our next one. Alors numéro 2, cependant, l'année dernière, je. Alors, what tense is it in? If it's l'année dernière, last year, it's obviously past tense, and it's je. So here's my 3 possibilities. There's only one that follows that je pattern. Je suis allé en Espagne avec ma famille de ma meilleure amie. C'est des. Voilà. Alors, numéro 3, tu les années nues. Alors, what tense is it if it's tu les années? What does that mean? It literally means all the years. So it's how you say every year, all the years. And if you do something every year, what tense would you use in English? Every year I go to France. Would you say every year I went to France? No, unless you're dead. Every year I'm going to go to France. No, that doesn't mean you do it now. It's the present tense if you do something all the time. So we need present tense. Which one of our 2 remaining ones? Yeah, so we've used D and you've used G. They're both new. We know that because they've both got our verb with O and S on the end. They're both new verbs. Which one are we going to match to for present tense? C'est Tous les années, nous restons dans un camping en Normandie, dans le nord. Every year, we stay in a campsite in Normandy in the north. And that means the last one. Par contre, l'été prochain, nous. Like, par contre means like on the other hand or on the contrary. L'été prochain, next summer, we are going to go to Portugal, to the seaside. Nous allons aller au Portugal au bord de la mer. Et voilà. Right, guys. So, first 4 answers down. Get rid of them. Think of your exam skills. Now, obviously, they're not highlighted, but they're in white. Let's see what we've got. Nous allons passer. Now, you had to know what this verb meant. Passer means to spend time. Dépenser is to spend money, like you dispense of your money, like you throw it in the bin. Nous, which you usually do. Nous allons passer is we're going to spend time. So, nous allons passer, it's got to be 3 semaines au Portugal. Je vais me bronzer chaque jour. So, we're going to spend 3 weeks in Portugal. I'm going to tan myself every day. Alors, de qui reste. So, think about the tense. Think of the same here. But what's the difference? Mes parents. So that's they. So what's that ending if we go for they? We've only got 2 possibilities left. Solaire or en visiter. It's got to be en visiter. My parents have visited tous les monuments et les églises. All the monuments and the churches, just like what my mum and dad are doing on holiday. There we go. So that matches the F. And therefore our last one, je vais emporter de la crème. I'm going to take crème solaire, sun cream pour mes vacances au Portugal. Et voilà, right guys, 7 potential marks for that. Well done if you got 6 or more. Let's look at our chasse au trésor. Alors, I go, c'est je vais, put it in the past, je suis allé. My best friend's family, so sometimes you can go away with your friend's family. So if your family don't like you, they don't want you around for the summer. So you'd say la famille de ma meilleure amie. Remember, apostrophe S doesn't exist in French or any other language. It's such a British thing, an apostrophe S, even though most British people can't do it correctly. So my best friend's family, you wouldn't say that in French, you say the family of my best friend, la famille de ma meilleure amie. We're going to spend as in time, nous allons passer, they visited, ils ont visité, and then I'm going to bring, c'est je vais emporter. So remember, think about if you import something, you bring it in, je vais emporter. You can use apporter as well. Et voilà, so that is what we've got, guys. Give yourself a mark out of how many you've got. 6 or more is strong. The total is 7 plus 6, which is 13. Give yourself a mark out of 13 overall. If you got 13 out of 13, bravo. Let's look at our extra challenge. So to do this, you had to match them up. I've used colours to show you the difference. You need to know, you need to know each of these tenses. So the first one is present because you do it usually. The second one is past, present, future, future, past, future. Voila, so you needed to link up to do this activity. You needed to think about what the tenses are. Now, how do you know the difference when you look at a verb? Do you know all the rules that we've got to make a verb in the present tense, to make a verb in the past tense, to make a verb in the future tense? Let's have a closer look at that now, year 10. Alors mes petits, right guys, so we've done some warm-ups that look at these points, the grammar points, the must-knows for the past, present and future. Now, we're going to do a quick revision on these today in today's lesson, but we can't go through all the rules for past, present and future in one lesson because they're huge. They're a whole lesson in themselves and then some. So on YouTube, there's a grammar section. If you get lots wrong today, if you don't know the difference between these tenses or one of them you're not sure about, you've got to go on the GCSE grammar videos. You've got to watch the explanations, and it's down to you to be independent and to study. That's what you need to do as a student. You're doing your GCSEs next year. You're going to be so independent when it comes to A-levels. You need to know these things. So test yourself now. See if you can answer all 8 of these questions. If you can't, I'd go off this video and watch either the past, the present or the future tense videos. I'll put a link to all of them in the description so you know what to do. Have a go at answering these now, put me on pause, and then we'll move on to the next activity to actually test you on this. Alors, right, if you're still watching, you're ready. If you think you know or know most of these 8 answers, let's put you to the test. Alors mes petits, donc, sur la feuille que j'ai mis ce frog, vous avez la grille ici, mes petits. Et ici, j'ai les 3 verbes, pardon, les 3 temps différents. Perfect, past, present tense, future tense. Et ici, j'ai tous les verbes. Ce qu'il faut faire, il faut prendre le verbe, il faut mettre le verbe dans le bon espace. Par exemple, j'ai logé. So, is this verb here loger, to stay? So is this in the past tense? Is it in the present or is it in the future? Let's look at the clues. I've got my have and it's got an E with an accent. So this is the past tense. So I'd write j'ai logé in here. All right, next verb, j'ai vu. Okay, so it's an irregular verb here. Which verb does it belong to? Voir, to see. So j'ai vu, is it past, present or future? It says I have, because it's j'ai seen. So this is past tense as well. Voilà. What about our next one? Je suis allé. We know it comes from the verb aller. What is it? Past, present or future? Et voilà, il faut mettre les mots dans le bon espace. Je vous donne 4 minutes pour faire, that's a nice color, pour faire cette activité. When you think you've filled up this grid as best you can, restart me and I'll show you the answers. 4 minutes mes petits. Put the video on pause. Allez, on y va. Et voilà mes petits, this is your completed grid then. Have a little look at what you've got, put me on pause, mark it up, see if you've done it. Et voilà, right guys, so it's all about the patterns. Language is beautiful and it follows a pattern and you can see it so clearly here with the completed box. So all of our past tense, what have they all got in common? They've all got the have. J'ai. These two are irregular. As motion verbs, you don't say j'ai, you use être is je suis. And then they're all ER verbs. They've all got the E with the accent apart from voir, which is our irregular. Then the present tense is just that ending changing just with an E on the end. Obviously the irregular verbs are different. And then the future tense is the easiest one. Look how simple this is in the je form. You just put je vais and then put your infinitive and you're away. So you need to know these verbs off by heart. You need to know how they change and you need to be able to do that. So when in the speaking exam I ask you where you go, you can change it up for the different tenses. Hopefully filling this grid is giving you some confidence on this and how it works. If not, go back to the videos and watch them. Alors, so guys, put me on pause again. After doing this grid, see if you can answer these key questions. Alors, right, let's go through the answers. In the present tense, the ending changes. We need to know what type of verb it is, ER, IR, RE, because that tells us the pattern it follows in the present tense. An irregular verb changes completely. It doesn't follow the patterns. You've got to know how they change. The future tense has 2 parts. You've got a bit that says going and then to verb. To say to verb, you say our infinitive. And then the past tense also has 2 parts. You have to have the have and you change the ending. How does it change? ER verb changes to E with an accent. IR changes to an I and RE changes to a U. Motion verbs are different. You don't say j'ai, you say je suis. You need to remember to use être. Now, if any of that isn't clear, you need to go away and study the extra videos on YouTube that tackle these tenses in depth. If you're happy more about sort of what you know, let's carry on. Alors donc, pour la prochaine activité. Ici, c'est une activité. Il faut me montrer que tu sais la différence entre les verbes au futur, les verbes au passé et les verbes au présent. Il faut 3 couleurs différentes pour la première activité. Alors, activité 1, c'est ici. Prenez 3 couleurs différentes. J'ai choisi vert et bleu et there is no rose, I'll have to go purple, et rose violet ici. Donc, pour chaque mot en gras veut dire in bold en anglais, en gras, literally in fat. Donc, pour chaque mot en gras, il faut décider si le verbe est futur, passé ou présent. Par exemple, ici, c'est mon deuxième jour ici à Marseille. C'est veut dire en anglais et is. It's my second day here in Marseille, so this is present tense. C'est as it is, c'était as it was, ce sera as it will be. Et je m'amuse beaucoup. Now this is a reflexive verb with a me, but what tense is it? So do I have the have? No, so it's not the past tense. Is it je vais? I'm going to. No, so this is present as well. So I'm having my second day here in Marseille and I'm having a good time. En ce moment, je suis à la terrasse d'un café. Je suis on its own means I am. First for in the present tense. This is where it starts to change. Hier, je suis arrivé. Donc, prenez-vous 3 couleurs différentes et pour chaque mot gras, soulignez le verbe dans la bonne couleur. Ça, c'est activité 1. Activité 2, c'est ici. Après avoir souligné les verbes, il faut chercher dans le texte et il faut trouver les verbes ici dans le texte. Attention, est-ce que c'est au présent, est-ce que c'est au passé ou est-ce que c'est au futur? Pensez de ça. Use your colors to help you find these verbs because they're all in different tenses. Et la troisième activité, c'est ici. Il faut compléter les phrases selon le texte. Donc, yesterday Samuel what? And then he what? This morning he what? Complétez le texte en anglais. Plutôt, complétez le synopsis du texte en anglais pour moi. Alors mes petits, now this is where it gets tough. It's pure extra challenge today. Everything I've highlighted in blue here on this slide is all our verbs, they're all in different tenses. Your extra challenge is to change the text into the third person. So it all talks about je, it needs to talk about il, he. So you're talking in the third person about him. So instead of saying mon deuxième jour ici à Marseille, which says it's my second day here in Marseille, you need to change it to say it's his. So how does mon change? So it goes mon ami, ton tate, son sacé. So you'd say c'est son deuxième jour. It's his second day. And je m'amuse bien beaucoup. It should be il s'amuse beaucoup. Je suis à la terrasse means I am on like the outsidey bit of a cafe. Instead of je suis, you need to say he is. How do you say it? Instead of I arrived, he has arrived. He has left. He has seen. You need to change all of this. This is going to be really tough today. This is extra challenge only. I'd love you to have a go. Alors mes petits, let's say 10 minutes for this. Put the video on pause for 10 minutes. Work through these activities and see what you can do. When you're ready for the answers, recommencez-moi et je vais faire les réponses. Bon courage mes petits, on y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, if you listen to me now, you're ready for the answers. Let's have a look. So, look at my colour scheme at the top. It might be different to yours. That's fine. Just mark it the way you see it. So I've gone green for future, blue for past, pink for present. Alors donc, on y va. C'est mon deuxième jour. Je m'amuse bien. Je suis. Les premiers 3 verbes sont au présent. Alors, il change ici. Il change avec le mot hier. Now, hier is the marker. Hier means yesterday. So if you're using that, it's going to be in the past tense, and it is. Je suis arrivé à l'hôtel. Why is it je suis arrivé and not j'ai arrivé? Because any motion verb in the past tense, like arriving, you need to use être rather than avoir. You say I am arrived. Je suis arrivé à l'hôtel à 10 heures. Et puis, je suis parti. C'est passé encore une fois. Je suis parti means I went out. Why is it je suis and not j'ai? Because partir, to go out, is a motion verb. You're moving from inside to outside, so you use être. Je suis parti explorer la ville. I went out to explore the town. J'ai vu la basilique Notre-Dame de la Garde. J'ai vu passer. I've got the have and it's the verb voir. A basilic, in English you call it a basilica. So you've got churches, cathedrals, basilicas are in between. They're like very important churches. And this one, Notre-Dame de la Garde. If you look at Marseille on the map, it's right up on the hill. So when you look at the town, and like Marseille is quite hilly because it goes from the hill down to the sea, you can see this basilica at the top of a hill and you can walk up to it. It's like a really hot walk because Marseille is always boiling and you can see like the whole of the city from it. It's like the most amazing view, right? If I shut my eyes, I can see it now. I used to live by Marseille and it's a beautiful place to go. So anyway, I saw the Basilica Notre-Dame de la Garde et j'ai visité le musée. Past tense, have to have the have. Then we change. Ce matin, this morning, je suis allé, still the past tense, I went, motion verb, à un petit marché, où j'ai acheté, past tense, un joli foulard pour ma mère, a pretty like headscarf for my mom. Cet après-midi, je crois que, means I believe that, present tense, Je vais faire. So now we've changed again. It's got the verb aller and infinitive. Et voilà, it's in the future. Je vais faire une excursion en bateau pour voir le château de If. Et puis demain, je vais prendre. I'm going to take the train pour rentrer chez moi. To go back to mine. Present tense. J'adore Marseille. C'est ma ville préférée dans le sud de la France. I love Marseille. It's my favorite town in the south of France. So, 2 little points here. Marseille's got all these little fortified islands with castles on them, just like off the coast, and you can get on a boat and go and visit them. They're really cool to visit, like tiny little islands. Like a few people live there. There's like one restaurant, but it's like a really small island. Really fun to go to. I love Marseille as well. Like I used to live by it, and I loved going in because it reminded me of where I was from, Birmingham, because it's a big multicultural mix, Marseille, because it's like a port with a link to North Africa. So you've got like loads of Arabic and black salesmen, you've got fishermen, you've got like the mixing pot of like the east where you cross the Mediterranean and go to that, and like the western France. It's all there in one place, so it feels like a very different place. It's always exciting and noisy and loud, and there's always like different foods and smells. It's a really cool place to visit. If you're ever in the south coast, go to Marseille. It is a beautiful place to visit. Et voilà, donc ça c'est le texte. Et voilà, donc cherchez dans le texte pour les verbes. This is what you have. I'm having a good time. In French, you say je m'amuse. You're like, I'm amusing myself. I'm having a good time. I arrived, c'est je suis arrivé. It's a motion verb. I believe that. Je crois que. I'm going to take. Je vais prendre. I went. Je suis allé. I bought. J'ai acheté. I saw. J'ai vu. I left. Je suis parti. All of these are in the past tense. Give yourself a mark out of 8 for this. Et voilà, so completing it, you should have this. Yesterday, he arrived at the hotel, then he discovered the town or went to the church. This morning, he went to the market or he bought his mum's scarf or a headscarf. This afternoon, he's going to go on a boat ride. Tomorrow, he's going to take the train home. Marseille is his favourite town in the south. And that was the English overview. Mark up your work. Alors, this extra challenge was really, really tough. So, let's change it all into the third person. So I did the first two for you. Instead of je suis is il est. Instead of je suis arrivé is still être because it's a motion verb. So you need il est arrivé. Voilà. And then il est parti, il a vu, il a visité, il est allé, il a acheté. And then it's sa mère, his mom. Cet après-midi, il croit que, with a T. If you got that, I'm really impressed. That's excellent verb knowledge. Il va faire, il va prendre. Chez lui is to his. Il adore. C'est sa ville préférée. Now, I don't think you would have got all of those extra challenges, but count the ones you've got. An excellent effort if you've got close to me here. Bon effort, mes petits. Et voilà, guys. You've now, looked at the verbs. We've talked about their importance. You've sorted them out. You've done a reading where you've identified the tenses. But on the listening exam as well, you need to think about what tense they're speaking in. When you hear the French, you need to know the difference between j'ai regardé, je regarde, je vais regarder. And it's a small difference between those three. You need to show you can do it. That's what we're going to move on to now. Alors, maintenant, on va faire une activité d'écoute pour gagner l'enregistrement. Il faut visiter le site de web ici. Il va vous demander un code. Copier et coller la code ici pour gagner l'enregistrement. Et on va écouter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. Il y a 2 choses qu'il faut faire. Donc, ils vont dire l'activité qu'ils font. Par exemple, manger au restaurant, c'est numéro 1. Il faut écouter l'enregistrement. Est-ce que l'activité, c'est au présent, au passé ou au futur? Il faut écrire la bonne lettre ici. C'est soit présent, passé ou futur. Donc, écoutez et décidez. Par exemple, numéro 1, est-ce que c'est je mange, j'ai mangé, je vais manger? Donc, écoutez et complétez la grille pour moi. Put me on pause now, see what you can do. I'll show you the transcript in the next slide. Bon courage mes petits, on y va. Alors mes petits, Here's our transcript. It tells you what he's done. It's all in order. What I want you to do is read through. You've listened to it, but did you get the right tense just from listening? You're about to find out. Read through the text and see and check your answers. You're allowed to change things now before I show you. Put me on pause, read through and check the verbs you've got. See what you can do. Alors mes petits, right guys, so hopefully you've got your answers. Let's just look at some together. So it's talking about the restaurant for number one. Je suis actuellement dans un restaurant. Now remember, this is a faux ami. This doesn't mean actually this word. It means at the moment. So at the moment, I'm at a restaurant and I'm waiting for my salad niçoise. So this is in the present tense. Okay, then it's talking about the museum. Here, what tense is it in? Cet après-midi, je vais aller dans un musée. So this is what you needed to do. Pick through the text and think about what tense they're all in. Let's go through the answers. Et donc, this is what you should have, guys. It goes present, future, future, past, future, present. So give yourself a mark out of 6 for this. If you're not sure or you've dropped some marks, what I encourage you to do, is watch the video, go back a slide, read through the transcript and listen to the recording at the same time, and you'll hear and see the difference between them, because hearing that difference between j'ai regardé, je regarde, je vais regarder is so important. Guys, bon effort ici. We've revised the 3 tenses. Your homework is so important this week. Et voici le, right guys, so here it is. Your daily tests, so important. So you need to be completing these. We've got the question words over here, so important. All your questions in your writing and speaking exam are in French. If you don't know what they're asking, you'll never be able to get it. And then we've got some work on aller and different tenses, what we've been doing today. I've also got a text over here that uses the 3 tenses that you need to look at to test yourself. The daily tests are so important. I know you'll be back at school by now. And I know that you'll have other things to do, and that these lessons online are a bit longer than normal lessons, but you've got to keep up with your homework. You're going into year 11 next year. It is important that you're on top and that you're studying and working hard right till the end. Results day is a year away. You want that to be the best day of your life. To make that happen, you got to start working now, mes petits. Right, bon courage, mes petits. Any problems, please email me, let me know. Well done for working so hard today. I appreciate your hard work here. Merci, mes petits, et au revoir.